So Eli Manning had gone into the tank the last 4 years. And here's what the Giants did in the offseason to save Eli Manning. They stole Tom Brady's left tackle. They drafted with a number 2 pick in a running back-rich draft, Saquon Barkley. They re-signed Odell Beckham, draft another offensive lineman in the second round, and then hire one of these great offensive gurus, Pat Shurmur. Gift. God, I thought Eli was 2-0 against Tom Brady. He's 3-0 against Tom Brady. This isn't a Super Bowl. It's the 2018 offseason. So it's very interesting. I'm sitting there thinking this morning, Jared Goff, just a kid, already has Todd Gurley, already has a really good receiving core, and they went out and spent $80 million to get him another toy, Brandon Cooks. Patrick Mahomes has Kareem Hunt, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. They went out and got him another toy, Sammy Watkins. Matt Ryan already has a loaded backfield. Julio Jones, they went out and drafted in the first round a wide receiver from Alabama. Cam Newton last couple of years gets an explosive, dynamic running back. Christian McCaffrey gets DJ Moore, first-round wide receiver. Derek Carr already had Amari Cooper. They get him Jordy Nelson, gift. And Tom Brady, at his practices, name tags. He doesn't know the name of his receivers. Tom Brady, for 15 years now, has been the best player in the league. He is the only star quarterback in this league who takes pay cuts every single contract. And he looks around and goes, waitress, everybody's coffee cup's getting filled up. A little over here, please. Folks, if you were the best person in the world at what you did, and you were willing to take pay cuts to benefit your company, wouldn't you want to see the reward for it? Don't tell me the Super Bowl's the reward. Tom's the one getting you there. He's the one carrying that receiving core there. He's the one carrying those Rex Burkheads there. He's the one carrying that defense that couldn't stop a cold there. He's looking around the league. New England's never drafted a wide receiver once in the first round. He's taking pay cuts. The Niners drafting receivers for Garoppolo and Goff and Mahomes and Derek Carr. Even Aaron Rodgers got Jimmy Graham. I mean, they kept pressing. He answered the question, then he revisited it. And everybody today is like, oh, the theatrics for Tom Brady. Folks, are you driving to work or watching this show right now? Do you feel like you're a really good employee? Have you taken a pay cut? Well, when you take a pay cut and you're carrying franchises year after year and you're watching Jared Goff and Derek Carr and you're watching Minnesota pay Stephon Diggs a fortune, rush to pay him $40 million guaranteed, and you won't pay Danny Amendola $150. You wonder why Brady's pissed. Come on now. Eli Manning has gone into the dumpster in 4 years, and they reward him with a left tackle. They draft a guard. They get him a running back. They get him a great coach. They get him Odell Beckham Jr. for the next 4 years. New England wouldn't pay to keep Danny Amendola, Brandon Cooks, Dion Lewis, Nate Solder. And you can't figure out quite why Tom's a little upset. And this just isn't about Brady. This is about anybody in America, man, woman, or teenager. If you are carrying an organization, never forget Belichick was fired before Brady and was 5-11 in New England before Brady. And you're carrying this puppy for 15 years. Don't tell me his wife's a supermodel. He can afford a pay cut. It's about respect. It's about respect. You know, Aaron Rodgers said RELAX. How about RESPECT? I'm taking pay cuts here. Everybody's getting a refill in their coffee. Tom's like, hello, waitress, over here. Nope, sorry. Danny Amendola, we can't afford a nickel to keep him. And Minnesota's given Kirk Cousins Stephon Diggs. They've already got a star back, a star tight end, a star defense. Yeah, Brady's ticked off. Do you blame him? All the headlines, oh, the theatrics, His coach won't give him a heads up in a Super Bowl. They won't add anything. They won't draft a wide receiver. By the way, Big Ben in the last, my staff gave me this morning. This is an interesting stat. Big Ben, I mean, by the way, have you noticed what Atlanta, Matt Ryan, Big Ben, Juju Smith-Schuster, Breeze, they're drafting running backs, Alvin Kamara, wide receivers. These teams just keep spending top picks year after year on receivers and backs and left tackles and good God. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Look at the weapons added this year to the star quarterback. This is for my television audience. On top of the weapons they have, and they won't pay Danny Amendola. I'm going to make an argument right now, is that because Julian Edelman's not playing in September, without Edelman, New England's got the worst wide receiving core in the league. You keep talking about the Cowboys. Allen Hurns would be their best player right now on the perimeter. You got to be kidding me. They'd die for Cole Beasley in September. So, congratulations. Eli Manning is now 3-0 against Tom. 2-0 in Super Bowls and 1-0 in the 2018 offseason. He gets Pat Shurmur, Nate Solder for the next 4 years, Saquon Barkley for the next 4 years. Good Lord. It's amazing. He has every right to hang up on people. Let me shift to this. A lot of times it's not your fault, but it's your reality. You're a young kid. There's chaos in your home. It's not your fault. You inherited your parents. But it is your reality. So suck it up and deal with it. I saw this story yesterday where Hugh Jackson had to tell one of his coordinators, stop calling our players stupid. Greg Williams came out when Denzel Ward, the cornerback, young cornerback for the Browns, got hurt. Greg Williams called him out and said, he's just stupid. Doesn't know how to tackle, doing stupid stuff. I wish he would listen. Hugh Jackson came out and said, I'd prefer that Greg Williams didn't call our players stupid. So I've always said it takes a really special person, Superman, to overcome dysfunction. Baker Mayfield is good enough to start in the NFL and is good enough to win games in the NFL. But he's not Cam Newton. He's not Andrew Luck. He's not Carson Wentz. He's not John Elway. That's what number one, number two picks are. He's not going to be able to overcome complete dysfunction. Just think of what has happened and what he inherited. Again, I'm not blaming Baker, but this is his reality. He inherited hard knocks. He didn't have a choice. He inherited a coach on the hot seat. 0-16, didn't have a choice. He inherited Greg Williams, a coach who calls players stupid. He inherited an impatient owner, Jimmy Haslam. They also now lead to get Dez Bryant. He inherits a team that now has multiple dysfunctional wide receivers. Listen, John Elway and Eli Manning, 4 Super Bowls between them, refused to go to NFL teams out of college. They said, John Elway's like, I'm not going to Indy. And Eli Manning's like, I'm not going to San Diego. Their dad stepped in, their football dad said, no, we're not doing that. We're not going there. Because they know how hard it is to reboot your career. I've never said Baker's not talented enough to start and win games in this league. Check, he'll do both. But is he talented enough to overcome a coaching staff which feels like a 1978 relic, where the offensive line coach makes fun of people who stretch, and where the defensive coordinator, Greg Williams, is calling players stupid publicly, chastised by his coach? Now they're the leading candidate on Dez Bryant. Oh, brother. I've said this. When you enter, it's not your fault, it's your reality. Carson Wentz walks into Philadelphia when they had a little dysfunction, Chip Kelly. Their roster was being a little rebuilt. Carson Wentz is Iron Man. And Cam Newton goes to Carolina, and he's Superman. And then Andrew Luck goes to dysfunctional Indianapolis, impulsive owner, doesn't have the right coach, GM. He's Batman. But Baker Mayfield, if he's a superhero, has always been Aquaman. I mean, he's a superhero. But if there was a bank robbery on shore, he couldn't do anything because you get him out of water and he's just me. Nothing wrong with Aquaman. But Aquaman couldn't do anything on land, which I don't know. That seems like a slight imperfection as a superhero. Superman could go in water. Superman could fly. Superman could lift buildings. Aquaman's like, hey, there's a bank robbery over here. Sorry, is it in the water? No. Is there a puddle nearby? No. I'm just out here on my... Yeah. If anybody's got a boat that's sinking, I can certainly help. If you're on a rock out in an island, I can certainly help you then. But if you're on the land thing, I mean, Greg Williams calling players stupid. It's 2018. It's not 1978. An offensive line coach that made World War II references and said, nobody really needs stretching. That's a lot to overcome, man. You got to be Superman. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.